Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Hello, and welcome to Let's Sip and Talk with Freema on this great Sunday. I hope everybody is having a great day, ready for the work week, be productive, and remember to be kind. Kind does not cost you a thing. You never know when one person is going through something. So, let's try to be kind to each other. So today we're talking about relationships raised from survival versus raised from love. Can that relationship last? So we have our panelists here today. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. We'll start with Mygrane.
I'm OG Mygrane, 1/3 CGA Boyz. Salute.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Clemencia. Got a small nonprofit organization that I just started called It's Me for grieving and depressed individuals.
Hey, I'm Eric Hamilton, Go Ham Productions. I do a wide variety of things with clothing, apparel, video, audio production, things like that.
Okay. Well, welcome you guys. Thanks for taking time out y'all busy schedules to come on and discuss this topic. We like to discuss things that people don't normally talk about and to get, perspectives from different, individuals. So I will start. I do not think a relationship can last. I know it sounds bad. If they're not brought up in some type of similarities. And that's just my opinion, because I feel like when you're brought up from survival, and I know I'm about to mess this up, survival of the fittest. Am I saying that right? It's like you have to do what you got to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to do what you got to do regardless of who it is. So how do y'all feel about it? Do y'all feel that relationship will last? And please elaborate.
Good question. It really all depends, really. Like, any relationship can last. It just really all depends on how much you can
put up with?
Yeah, how much you can put up with, how much you're willing to take. Yeah, so.
And both people got to want to make it last.
And both people have
one person can't make it last.
Right.
I don't think that they have to come from the same background to make it last. I think different backgrounds can last. They got to want to, though. But you can come from two different backgrounds and still have a lasting, loving relationship.
Eric, you want to say something over there?
No, I agree.
So you think it don't have to be a similar background in order for it to last. So then that turns into a whole nother topic of being toxic. Because how much you going to deal with?
That's true, but my opinion, disclaimer.
These are our opinions. Like, this is not.
Don't take what I say and then say, "Oh, she said I can get this toxic man and make him better." No,
we're not therapists, people.
But some people can realize that they're toxic and maybe want to change, but have to be shown a way to change.
I'm not in the business of.
So that's not a person for you.
Yeah.
And I gotta raise somebody. I gotta teach you.
But then that's not a person for you. Some people are naturally caring
person
people.
For y'all. Okay, I'm
But
sorry.
some people are naturally caring people, so they would take on. I'm gonna say assignment. I might be saying the wrong word, but they may take on that assignment because they seen the qualities in that person.
And see, that goes to something else. I know it seems like me and Clemencia are taking on this whole topic, but feel free to jump in,
guys.
That goes back to a word that I talk about all the time: potential. I can see the potential in you all day and that you're capable and that you can do this. But are you doing it? Do you see it in yourself? And are you going forward
And
Well,
that's where you decide if you're going to keep moving forward with it or you're going to, because I mean, that's just like.
Some people just need a motivation. They need a motivational spark to really see where you're coming from and see what you want.
That's fair.
And if you don't really give them that spark, then they'll probably be stuck in that position.
Right.
Audience members, make sure y'all chime in. Feel free to chime in if y'all like. I just feel like it should not be up to that individual, that other party.
It's not up to that person because that toxic person has to want to do it.
Right.
So that the other person can say, well, for them to get in a relationship anyway, it was something good about that toxic person for that other person to get their attention anyway. So something was there. So you can either set boundaries. I give you 3 months. If this ain't changed, I can do. You know what I'm saying? Some people just stay in toxic things, but if you want it to grow, you can set boundaries. You don't have to stay there. Sometimes you have to love people from a distance.
That's very true. So what do y'all think being raised from love looks like? You know, is that like you get the I love yous in the morning before mom and dad go to work? It's a 2-parent household. What does love look like when you raise from it? What do y'all think about it? What do y'all think that is?
I think it's different from what we were just speaking on. Because I was raised by both my parents.
Okay.
You know, so I know that I had love in my house. I knew that every night there was love.
Right.
So my parents always raised me to treat people how what I see in the household. Yeah, so sure. I believe that being raised with both parents in the house is different from being raised
with a single parent household.
Right. I mean, that's just my opinion, though.
Because I got an opinion, but
go ahead.
Talking loud with him.
What you feel about that?
Well, I don't know. I just feel there's no outline with love. You know, it's all different types of situations and all that people go through.
Right.
And you can't look at a person's situation and say, well, they didn't have this, that, and the third, so love must be what's there. You know, like people go through all kinds of things, and my circumstance, you might couldn't even imagine it or family. You know, I couldn't go through that.
Right.
That wouldn't work for me, but it works for you. You know, so I feel like you know what love is. Like it's when you feel it in your heart.
Yeah.
Like it's not. You can't tell me. Like if I was raised with love, I knew what it felt like. You know, but some people don't know what love feels like because they never had it in their lives.
Yeah.
So you can't teach love to someone who never had an example of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not. So I just feel like.
So I never had an example of love. Hypothetically speaking, I never had that love. And again, I use myself in the scenarios all the time. Doesn't mean it really apply to me. So am I capable of being in a relationship that's going to last if I don't even know what love looks like?
Yeah.
But you know what it feels like.
You know what it is.
How? If I
because it's going to be a different feeling.
It come from the heart. Like you can't fake it.
Feeling.
You can't create love. You can't fake it. It feels like something that you never felt before.
Let's go back. We had a conversation before we started, and we were speaking about some people felt love. Maybe they were in an abusive relationship. You know, and to me, just going back to being younger, you know, oh, he really loves me because he hit me, or he really loves me because, you know, X, Y, and Z. He's asking where I'm at. He's wanting to know everything. So if that feels like love to me, I'm going to reciprocate that energy to the next person. And that just...
And that's why that's why it's so confusing.
It's definitely confusing.
And then that's like he said, though, is what love you can take. Because going back when you say growing up in the love in your household. So unfortunately, there's some people that's growing up in abuse, but the parents are telling them, this is how I love you. I only do this because I love you. So as they get older, that's the love that they're showing because that's the love that they know. That's what they've been taught.
Yeah.
But it can take
mom.
Right. So that's what they seen. So they feel like that's love. If I got to hit my woman because my daddy hit my mama and she stayed there for 50 years.
She must love.
Right. So then now they hitting on their next woman, and then the woman trying to show them the love, but they not really, they seeing what they saw as a child growing up.
Right.
Sometimes though, with that person loving them, it can let them say, okay, well, I don't actually have to do this. And sometimes they have to have a talk with that abuser. Sometimes it may not always happen.
So now somebody's staying after the first hit. You staying. Not saying you. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Maybe my opinions is
opinion.
just a little too
Everybody,
strong.
disclaimer. Opinion.
Yeah.
Don't go stand with getting your butt whooped and say I said stay.
The people
Opinion.
that stick around that is people that's what they love. You know, that's just what they love. It is no other way to explain. If you can stick around somebody that does that, then that's the type of love that you like. You know, I don't know.
Then again, that go back to you in the beginning. They said that they had to be from the same background.
That's a
to
beautiful
be in a relationship. Right. So what if this woman grew up with her husband, with her daddy beating on her mama, and so he grew up the same way. So they in this relationship because that's the way they both feel is love.
So what are we talking about? We talking about abuse.
We talking about all kind of stuff.
If you can survive from love or whatever.
Or survival.
Yeah.
If you grew up from survival.
Nobody that's getting physically abused
should stay.
Put themselves there. Nobody said.
But they can stay. But they'll stay there.
But that's what I'm saying. Nobody said, I'm gonna love this man, whether he slapped me, punched me, or whatever. I'm gonna love him because I love him. Yeah, you're right now because some of these women.
Listen, we're not talking about that. I'm being real.
Women are abusive too.
I know.
But I'm saying, like, it's. I think it's kind of like like a slippery slope. You get caught. You don't
expect.
Yeah. Then something happens, and you just find yourself.
It don't start off like that.
It don't start off like that.
But
like
you
the first
say,
time, I'm so sorry, I slipped, and it's supposed to happen.
What Freeman said though, I'm not with it. I'm gonna nip it in the bud.
Right.
But see, everybody, and it's like it just keeps going. The more you accept the sweet nothing,
and that's with everything.
And it just
like you said, the presents, because when they start, they're gonna come back with a gift. Something's gonna woo you. So
before you know it, you getting beat up 3-4 times a week. But yeah, it's sad. But and then some people don't even know how to get out of these types of things. They're afraid, they're embarrassed. Because, some people on the outside, they got a certain standard to hold.
Right.
You'd be surprised. You got prominent people out here that have great jobs and this and that. So they got to hold up a certain standard. They're ashamed. They're not going to let you know what's going on in their house. So therefore, by them not communicating or getting help, that leaves them stuck for a long time.
And some people, like he said, got a certain image. Because some women, I can't speak for the men, but they have this outlook of how their life and family was supposed to look. So if their husband is that abuser, but he got a good permanent spot and they live in a certain life. This is the life that I wanted. So I can't let him go. Right. I can't let him go because this is what I wanted. And then if I go try to get something else, then it may mess up the image of what I wanted. So now my life ain't the same.
A viewer said, I think it will last. Talk about the relationships from different backgrounds. But someone would most definitely have to be submissive in the relationship, very humble. Just my opinion.
Yeah. Agreed.
I agree to that. You have to for it to work.
That's an English. Somebody got to be a little more humble than the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fair, but okay. I guess I'm just a hard person to deal with. Maybe.
No, but because you have to compromise in a relationship, regardless if you're from the same background or a different background. So either way, go somebody a little more humble.
What you don't want to do.
You definitely have to. I agree with that 100%. I tell my friends that all the time. So we talked about what love may look like in, growing up, or whatever. What does survival look like? Am I out there? Okay, and I'm about to take it to the most extreme. But just so everybody can be on the same page, survival, is that like I have to go scavenging for food? Survival, is that like I have to deal with, unreal things that doesn't happen in a normal home?
That's what you said.
So then how does somebody, okay, I'm gonna use this for an example. My mom used to abuse me. Again, I use myself all the time. Not true. But my mom used to abuse me. So if I felt my mom didn't love me, how can I expect somebody else to? How am I going to be able to love on that person or trust them if my own mama didn't even, want me or love me?
So until you seek help and meditate, you're going to go through a bunch of relationships that's not really going to last because, like you said, you're not going to see that love that's being given to you.
You're going to burn everybody.
You're going to miss the love. It could be people. Because there's some people that are naturally nourishing people, but you're gonna miss it because they're trying to nourish you, but you don't see it. How can you love me if the ones who's supposed to love me didn't love me?
So y'all feel that relate? Like we just said it, it's not gonna last.
Yeah, if you're not healthy and you haven't healed things from the inside, because a lot of people got a lot of trauma they went through. And everybody always say, And you got a lot of people that screaming, before you come my way, you need to be healed.
Yeah.
And you need to be straight. And you need, but some people need help along the way. Like,
some people need help with help.
Everybody's in the business of giving help these days. I know it sounds bad.
I understand. I understand.
We want a broken person.
I'm on one side of the fence. Like, I got things to do. I don't have no time to be, But on the other side of the fence, like, the world still needs compassion and empathy. You can't just leave people alone because they don't have it all together. Because you didn't have it all together at some point. But everybody, like, how we gonna keep it together if we don't reach back?
That's a tough one.
But at the same time, we speaking on relationships and all. Now, I'm not gonna give my everything. Any type of relationship. No, but I'm saying whatever type of relationship you have with a person, but it's gonna be some kind of matter of the heart that make you go the extra mile. Right?
That's true.
You're gonna have to, even if you just look at them and like, I see potential in that young man or woman, so I'm gonna help nurture them. So I feel like,
But that goes back to setting up the limitations. Whether it's
how much you want to
relationship. Okay, so I'm gonna help you, and then the person got to want to be helped.
Because
you can say I'm gonna help you, and then they push you away, right?
If you don't,
so you say, well, in 3 months I got to see this kind of
shit. Right.
6 months I got to see this kind of
like you said.
So you know whether or not to keep going with it. If it's sometimes everybody don't want to be helped. Some people be like, okay, I see.
Some people just want to be with it.
Exactly.
And y'all make sure if y'all want to chime in, make
some
sure.
People are just users. So okay, if this person helping me, but then I can try to get this and this
out
out
of
that
can
person.
it go?
Right. So you got to be careful
3 to 6
with
months that we giving them.
That's what I'm saying. You got to get your time frame because some people sit there drained for everything you got now.
Thank you, Pound, for tuning in. Salute back to you. We appreciate it. So it sounds like this question was answered as far as when it comes from going from survival. Unless somebody said different, it ain't gonna last. Is that how I understood?
It's possible.
There's no answer to that. There's no outline.
It's all about the faith that you keep. If you don't have that faith, then it's never going to work, But you gotta have
if it's genuine, it'll last.
Sometimes you start loving the other person more than you love yourself, because now I'm putting up with everything that you dishing out.
That's probably not gonna last. That's why you got to set your boundaries.
You gotta love yourself first.
Because if you're gonna set your boundaries, then you're setting yourself up for failure, and you got them draining you down to where they at. You don't want to do that. You're trying to build them back up. So it can last, but again, it goes to the person who wants to do it. Like you said, some people want to be where they are. Some people want to. Some people realize, like, I grew up this way. I just need a little bit of help. Let's say some people grew up in households. We know there are therapists and counselors out there, but some people grew up in households, and that was for a different race, and that was for
absolutely.
And they're out there to help people. So if you feel in a certain way, then you're not seeking the help that you actually need.
That's true.
So you might can get somebody that can sit there and tell you, well, I did it, and they go, you did it. So because some people like, I ain't never nobody that did something like that now, right? But then some people like, I never did it. Well, I did it. Well, how long you did it for? Maybe I'm still doing it.
Right.
Oh, but then maybe I can do it. And then they may even say, "Oh, you fool! I ain't gonna tell people my business." But they got to be open to it.
Right.
And then okay, well, you willing to take this. And then sometimes they can get the help, and they just, like you said, they want to be stuck.
That's true.
A lot of people think that people are just trying to be in their business, but it's people out there to help you. It's not to be in your business. I'd rather talk to the stranger than a friend.
That's true.
Well, because we are all over the place. But I just
that's how it is. That's how it is.
I love it. That's what I'm saying. I like it. No, I love it because I can just, with all these things in my head, I know I ain't got to stick to no one.
Exactly.
So I was just kind of thinking just now, unless it's real, genuine love from the inside, imagine if you got somebody raised from that survival factor, and then you got somebody who really raised from love, and this person who from love pouring out their heart, this and that. If it's not genuine, I think that survivor the survival factor is gonna always take over. They're gonna eat them alive. You know what I'm saying? And I just was thinking about that because
that's the truth.
The only thing to stop that is if it's genuine. And they heart beats like the other person. That's when because it's just in them.
That's my point.
Help it,
it's in them.
Yeah.
It's instilled in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think?
She don't agree. She don't agree.
Like, you see me over here.
I don't know.
I don't even know if something can break a person. Not saying
real
people.
Love break anything. Matters of the heart.
There it is.
Love conquers all.
Love conquers all.
Love conquers all.
therefore,
listen,
that they
you
can
know
be
what
loved
real,
from
you
survival.
know what real love feels like.
I do.
That's what I said. The survivor can learn to have real love only if it's genuine.
Right. They got
Only if it's genuine. Because the heart will break all those evil ways and
Child, we gonna talk after the camera.
Yeah, I feel you. But just think about it. They done been a user out there all their life. They were using them.
Yes,
but guess what?
When
something hit their heart, they couldn't even do it. They didn't even know what was happening.
Right.
It's called real love. Matters of the heart.
Right.
You can't play with somebody like when you love somebody, you would never play with them. It happens to users and abusers also.
It may take some time. So that goes back to how long the person is willing to stick around.
Right.
Because like when he go back to use bruiser, somebody could have been doing it from 18, 19, now here they are 40.
Yeah.
And then of course, maybe they were the same person, maybe not. I'm gonna say they probably wasn't, but it was somebody there that did something for this person to say, it's time to let this mess go.
They both.
Right, it's time to let this mess go.
Yeah.
I love this person. I gotta make this change before I lose. Or maybe the person left for a little while. And then the person decided, I can't be without this person. I need this person. I got to make a change.
Yeah.
So now you got to start making your changes before you get this person back, so the person can see that I'm really for real about getting you back. So it can be done.
That's when karma gonna eat you. Nah, I just feel
no, that's the karma.
Sometimes,
it comes around. We all know that.
But sometimes you get a beautiful story out of that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
That's very true.
You know?
But karma could have got him while he was down. That's why he was down so long.
Right.
A lot of abusers went through different things. A lot of, I know we, like you say, we on a lot of topics, but it's still about love. But some people, if they abusing drugs, some of them went into like the halfway homes and all these different places trying to get themselves together, but something leaned them back. That could be their karma that took them back before they got to where they had needed to be. So the karma don't always got to come when you get to your happiest point. It can come when you at your lowest still. You just don't know. You feel like anything, like even with not even a abused person, but like if you're trying to make a way out of life, and you're like, okay, I'm trying to do this, I'm forcing that, I just can't get up.
Right.
You're not thinking about things that you done did to hurt other people.
But do we not at some point do things to hurt people regardless of how minor it is? Everything gonna come back and bite us in our ass.
That's what I'm saying. When things going bad, you're not thinking about the things you done did that could be coming back.
You know that karma is
every little thing not
going.
Come on now. Every little thing you do to someone is not gonna.
Okay, so maybe I'm being too literal.
We're human.
There it is.
That's what I'm like. So
every little thing not gonna come
listen,
back.
but listen, it's also a perspective on how other people are taking things that you know.
Yeah.
Like I might take your ink pen just to sign my name.
And take it with
you might. I ain't mean no harm. I just take it with, and you might be like, boy, he had no right to do that. He's a thief. He's a thief.
Like you say, I see that thief.
But that don't mean I'm a burn for that.
Right.
No, karma come back on you when you do things to people in your heart that you know ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what you do before you do it.
Right.
You know, come on now. But guess what? All of us have done something. Guess what? I done look in the mirror and say, you know what? Man, I'm doing it. Oh well.
Right.
I rock with karma later on. Man, karma will work it out.
Yeah, you're right.
But you know, so if you know you've been down low and dirty, like don't be so in awe when the universe start dealing them cards to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like every little thing we do, because sometimes we don't mean no harm.
Yeah.
We just but you know.
I purposely took a pen before.
You know when you wrong.
That's what I'm saying. We all done did some stuff. And like he said, you sign the pen, you walk out, then you get in the car.
Right, good.
Okay. I done took the first pen. So
Right. I only took one. I only took one pen.
I done took some good pens. Your pen right good.
I done took a few of mine.
I probably did.
Y'all took it on purpose once or twice now.
Yeah.
But you sometimes I ain't taking none of yours because I've been like, this pen right kind of good. I like a good writing pen now.
That's funny. So let me ask y'all this. When it comes to survival, and again, I really don't know. I just be talking, things be coming up in my brain. So most survival recipients, I just wanted to say that just now. Do you feel like they hold on to the past? Like that's a crutch?
Yeah.
The ones that's not
in
healed.
so many ways they do.
Right.
But it's like they probably want to move past it, but like if you don't have nobody to grow with, how can you move past it?
We gotta stop relying on everybody else, though.
Yeah, you got to rely on yourself and God.
But
that's number one.
okay.
But you really got to. Somebody got to give you a
But
chance.
somebody, that's what I was about to say. Because if you're saying you grew up in this survival, so somebody has to give you the chance because that's what you grew up in. So how you gonna know different? Nobody can make it alone. To help you.
Nobody can make it alone.
You gotta get some help somewhere.
I don't know if it's a family member or somebody. Somebody got
to say, you know what, this person had a hard time.
One day out the
Let me
week.
show this person a good side.
One day out the
They
week.
are just too far gone.
Yeah,
I
man.
grew up in a household where both my parents, and they love me to death, and I know this type of love versus the survival type of love. But I'm with this person that's on the survival type. I got to give them a chance.
Yeah,
I got to give them a chance. That's the type of love that I got to give. If I can't give that type of love, then
So now we're accepting red flags that everybody's talking about
It's
now.
not necessarily a red
not a
flag.
red flag. That's not don't call
Not a red flag.
we're not calling it a red
No,
flag.
I'm just saying red flag is some people intentionally doing those things.
Yes,
It's
when
not
you
a red
know
flag.
that.
They're not intentionally doing it because they don't know they're doing it because that's what they do.
No.
A red flag is that a person
A
intentionally
red
doing
flag.
stuff.
A red flag is when the record skips at the party. Hold on, you know what a red flag is? Yeah, it's not.
The survival party trying to survive. That's how they know to survive. It's not a
I
red
feel like
flag.
they're giving excuses.
No, it's
I'm
not.
sorry.
But I feel like within yourself, you know, when a person going too far, like I got to stand. You're not about to play with me, but it's so much. I don't care love or anything. I got a brain. I don't care how much I love you. Intellect is everything.
Yeah,
You like I'll pump the brakes on you quick before I be like, hold on, what's it? You know, I'm not gonna be lost because even love will have you lost.
Right.
But
Love will have you
still
crazy.
have a brain.
Yeah.
I done been there. I've been
You ignore it. You
Yeah.
ignore that. You ignore that part that's
But
telling
guess
you
what?
it's time up.
But guess what?
Because you love
When you
them.
look, and then one day you look in the mirror. What have I been doing? It's
This
like the
whole
switch
time.
go off. You be like, what's wrong
What
with me?
the
You know what I'm
freak?
saying, bro? You be like, what have I been doing?
Yeah.
So I think it's, you know, as long as you keep your brain sharp and
I don't
your
know,
intellect,
man. That
you'll
love
be all right.
clouds a lot of it.
Okay, so they go back to you saying they got to be from the same background. He said he grew up in a 2-parent home.
Mm-hmm.
My kids grew up in a 1-parent home. It's just me.
Opposites attract.
I taught them to love. They know love. They don't do nothing without a I love you. Can't hang up
Right.
the phone without a I love you. We hug. We do everything like that. So that means is my son not a woman is not supposed to love him?
No, because first of all, I
that's a
don't
different
feel
background. From
I
a
don't
2-parent
feel a
home.
2-parent household is better than a single parent
Yeah.
household. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather take remove myself or, you know, my significant other if we're arguing and fighting.
Right.
I'd rather them kids not see that. So now you're in a single parent household as opposed to us fighting and arguing. And
for
for the
us, that
kids,
don't mean, you know.
it can be toxic in a 2-parent household. So I'd rather remove it. But a lot of people stay, let's switching topics again. A lot of people stay in these marriages because of the kids. And
So
now
they
you
say.
done
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they
you
say.
done
Hey, no,
ruined
that's
them
a
things.
big thing I
You
heard.
ruined the
You know,
kids.
so many people say I
Because of
stuck
kids.
there for the children, and when the kids grow up, then we'll do this and that.
You know what?
But
Somebody
man,
told
you
me
That's how that
wasting-
child was just raised. In
Somebody
survival.
told me I'm so stressed out, Freema, and da 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 da. Blah. So why you say that? I'm here for the kids. So go ahead and be stressed out and die tomorrow.
But that's how
You
the
see what I'm
child just
saying?
got raised in
Because
survival.
Who gonna waste all that time in life being in a stressful situation?
In a stressful
where
situation because
you
of the
don't
kids.
know how
Y'all
much
think the
time
kids
you
see
got
this
on
stuff?
life.
Y'all
No.
don't think the kids see this stuff?
I'd rather teach my kids a real lesson. Sometimes it don't always go, you know.
Absolutely.
Like, you know.
Gotta go.
Anything that happened that they happen to get whiffed of or no, because I don't have small kids, I make it a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
It's a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're either going to learn it from you or they're going to learn it from the street.
Right.
School or something crazy.
Something.
So,
TV, YouTube.
YouTube. That's what it is
TV.
now. It's definitely YouTube now.
Definitely.
Child. That's
Right.
a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 2-parent households and the single parent households, it just really depends. And I wish a lot of people would own up to or accept a single parent household if it's not right. Because it's just toxic in itself.
Right. That's bringing it. Yeah, because now you're making them children grow up in survival.
Ah,
While you looking
No.
Repeat that, Clemencia.
You're making the children grow up in survival.
How do you?
Because
what?
if they staying in that
Oh,
relationship,
you mean when they stay?
When they
because they
say
saying because of the kids.
Okay, right on. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. That's exactly what.
That's
now,
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought you meant if you remove.
No. If
Yeah.
you're removing yourself, you're showing them like you ain't got to stay.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you stand because of the kids, now you're teaching them to grow up in survival.
And they gonna see that same thing, ain't?
Yep.
They say,
And
well,
it
that's
may
what
end up
mama
into
and
that same
daddy-
relationship,
yeah.
right?
So, yep.
Yeah.
Mama dealt with it, so I'ma deal with it.
Daddy
Daddy,
stayed with us until
yep.
we became 18, 20, whatever.
Yep.
So I got to stay here with my baby daddy till their kids.
Yep.
get
But
old
you know,
enough.
times change. You just can't be everything's so. You gotta break tradition.
We gotta break tradition. We
especially
talked
with
about that.
bad habits.
Oh my God, we gotta break
Like
it.
how we gonna have tradition and we done seen time after time where it leads to bad, but we still like that's what we do. It's like eating bad food.
It's
This is what
yeah.
we eat. This
But
is
that's
what
like
we
people
eat.
say
Like,
they stay
it's
for the
illegal.
kids. You got some people say that's how I was raised, so that's what they want to
Yeah,
stick
but
to.
it ain't working.
And then you listening to old school mama or grandma that's making you stay
Stay,
because
yeah.
listen, you're gonna stay, you're gonna
The times
No, we
different.
ain't doing that.
New
You're gonna speak
generation.
up for yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta live and you learn.
You gotta live and you learn. We breaking that. We not staying in no toxic relationship. I mean a little bit, you know.
We all got a little
Man.
toxic.
But love and survival, you need both out there.
That's
If you
true.
can get both,
I agree.
you can become well balanced. You gotta be well balanced out there. You know, like that's the only way to make it. If you got too much of this or too much of that, it's gonna be the scale gonna be tipped. And you're not gonna understand a lot of people
That's
and
true.
a lot of things because like you said, I don't have this or that. But if you get a little bit of both, you might be out. You gotta have some love out here.
Yeah.
But you
do.
gotta have some
You
survival
gotta
out there
have
too.
love for something.
Cause you're gonna get rolled open
Yeah.
if you all that. Cause you know some people have too much love and they just be like so
Just be
loving in
used
the
up.
world.
They just be
Yeah.
used
And they
up.
be getting
That's what's
smashed, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, like
That's true.
yeah.
Is
so,
that equivalent to having, and I'm gonna take it somewhere else. Some people say you got common sense, but you don't got, is it street sense? Am I saying that right? Y'all ever heard that?
of course.
Book smart as
Yeah,
book
book,
smart.
that's what it was.
Street sense,
Book
thank you.
smart,
Yeah.
street smart. I feel like you have to have both.
Yeah, you
You're
gotta have a
gonna get
balance.
cleaned up.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
a book smart person, Lord help them if they get with a street smart person.
Yes. They swift.
Yeah, if you a book smart and you ain't got no street smart and you end up with a street smart person, Lord help you.
You gotta have both. You gotta have
No,
both.
I help you.
Now
Yeah.
you learning all over again because you learning something you don't know nothing about.
If y'all don't got no real love, but if it's genuine and all, that could be the best thing you could do. That could add on to what you got
That
going
could
on.
be.
Let
That
me
could
tell
be
you
because they see
something.
it from different ways.
I done been
Yeah.
well around it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm well around all kind of people.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes you got that street people hook up with that
Absolutely.
woman with that brain and all,
Yep.
and y'all bringing two things together that each one of us
Yeah,
ain't
everything
had.
in
Oh,
its
no,
flow.
we
Yeah.
gonna run with it.
We gonna
You know,
run
like,
with it.
Yeah, but
teaching each other too, though.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's why we gonna run with it because you had something that I needed, and when we
Mhm.
connect, oh man. And it's a learning thing. We gotta have that student mentality. You
Right.
teaching me, yeah,
I
I'm
love
with
it.
you
I
on
love
that.
it.
Yeah.
But that's only if you want to get off the streets. Because some people still want to run the street but want to hold on to that book.
Thank you.
Say it again.
Thank you, my man.
So, you know, it's hard. It's going to be hard for now. The person with book smart, they loving you.
Yeah,
So now
and they want you to
really
be
got
better,
real
right?
love, but you don't know what to do with it.
yeah.
So now you hurting them, damaged goods.
Because you stuck in, yeah.
You damaged goods to that person. So now you don't hurt them.
Yeah.
So now once they do break away from you, they hurt. They finna damage somebody else.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
now you don't use them till you can't use them no more.
Not a book
So now
smart
you
person
got
got to
two
look for the
hurt
street.
people back in the world.
Right.
They done gained something from it, right?
Yeah.
You don't put a little bit of street in them so that next person they're a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
smaller.
Yeah. They know what to look out for.
Keep that studious mentality, like you said, and you're open and willing to learn, and like you're always grasping something that you avoid all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if they was only raised on love,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be hard for them to grasp that survival mode. Because it was like this what was still
They gonna have to get broke once or twice to
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they don't.
Like
get
you
it.
said. Just like you said, I feel like they're gonna have to go through that and they're gonna have to get disappointed. They're gonna have, I agree with you on that because how can you not? If you just had a love and you don't have this and that, how can you learn it except for through experience? And that experience might break you, like you said,
Yeah.
but it'll
It's
make
that
you
street
better.
smart person
It's gonna
coming
make
hard.
you know.
That love person is nice and tempted. That street person coming hard, and then when the love person be like, well, why are you doing it? Like, because you don't understand me. The street person is they know they need that book smart person, but they still not really breaking themselves. They breaking that street smart. That book smart person. So the book smart person getting stronger, but the street smart person is still that person.
Still that person.
Now they may get a little love in them, but they still that person.
Well, it all depends. Now. It all depends on what I'm learning from
the person.
Yeah.
It'll bring you right on out now. You know what I mean? Be in the streets and it's love. It's real love.
And it all depends on what the book smart person teaching me. Because if I really love this person and all I know is the streets, and she might have he might have a whole better plan because they got the knowledge I need. And plus you say, like, I feel it in my heart. Plus they got the knowledge. I might just say, boom, I might turn my whole back on the streets. Like, baby, if you got the plan, show me. And you know what I'm saying? Like you say, love might take you out of that whole situation. But also see, like, speaking just personally, like I need some knowledge and all, because the street person, every person in the streets ain't losing. It's not like you might meet a book person and they might not even be on your level as you on in the street. Absolutely. So you gotta be like, you gotta show me something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show me something. Like, you can't just look down on me because I'm from the streets. Because guess what? My streets is making it.
Yeah,
I'm making it in the streets, and you got the book smart.
But what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it?
So it gotta be. It gotta be. Now, if you can bring that knowledge to me and show me something, this and that, then of course, why wouldn't I go with you? Right. You got a better plan. Why wouldn't I run with you? You got a better plan than mine.
That goes back to what he was saying, communication. A lot of people lack communication, and that's the problem.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, that's a major problem. That's a major red flag.
But communication would be a red flag. Yes. Some people cannot communicate. They ain't got nothing to do with the love. Some people can't communicate. Some people rather just hold their stuff in.
Or some people act out more.
Yeah.
Act out more instead of actually talking or acting out. And that, I feel like that was something as growing up too, where they weren't able to communicate with their parents as a child. So you know, kids do things and discover you talking to them like, hey, don't do that. You yelling at them, don't do that. Don't shut up.
Right.
Stop crying.
Yep.
And then as they grow up, what you crying for? You a boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why
I was about to say that. Yeah.
They don't cry. And then most girls just be like, oh, you got to be a big girl. Everybody gonna hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And it's like they don't know how to express themselves anymore. Because growing up, it was always don't show your
emotions. Be quiet. Shut up. I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
Yeah. Don't let them see your weak side.
Yeah. All
like that. So as they become adults, that's what was instilled in them. So now they're dealing with other people and they just shut down. So now it's hard to communicate with them. They got this wall of showing emotions and expressions. So that's it
makes it hard. Right now. That makes the relationship. I'm sorry, I guess I'm looking at it, and that's from a perspective of a woman that's almost 20. Like, no. A couple years over that, I didn't live. You get what I'm saying? So now I feel like I'm just not accepting anything that I feel like I don't want to accept.
People get to that point. So then that's why you call it red flags. But once you get to that point, then you know that that's not a type of person you're going to deal with. But everybody don't get to that point until a little later. So like if you go to a younger relationship, they got time. Because the younger relationships you're really experiencing. Because you want love, you know what you feel love is, but you don't really fully know what the love is until you start going through the love. Then when you go through, you can have some failed ones, and you can know I don't want what he gave me because that just couldn't be
right.
But then he had loved me the right way.
That's what, as older pioneers, it's up to us to help. You just said, like, at this age, I ain't taking nothing, this and that. Then you need to help your young sisters.
Well, that's why we have these conversations. So they don't just listen to Freeman and be like, well, I ain't want no man. I'm not doing it. They hear all y'all. They hear y'all too now.
Yeah, that's why I have to take it back to the younger people. I don't want them to think just because it's all younger people say, but the older people say, no, we already done been through it and done that, so we know that we're not going to accept this. But the younger people you have to experience things. And I do not agree with, I hear some parents tell their younger children, get one person to sit down. If you're 17, 18, don't be trying to get married now.
First of all, I don't tell my boys that. That's probably wrong.
I feel like it is.
You just have to experience.
You have to
life for your
experience. You
own
have to
risk.
date.
No one can
You have
teach
to
you.
date.
Like
I
I
don't
said,
tell
you
my
can't
boys to sit
be
still.
taught
No,
love and
hell no.
relationships and
Am I
like.
teaching them to be?
No, I haven't taught my son to date.
No, listen, you too young to sit here and be like you in love. No. You have
But
friends.
you have to
Right.
experience things.
You have to date
Yeah.
because
You have to
you don't
date,
know
yeah.
what you like or dislike unless you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't say you don't like something that you never did. You have to do different things to know your likes and dislikes.
Right.
Yeah, don't y'all think you have to go through some kind of experience?
Absolutely.
We do.
Nobody can tell you, well, don't do this or don't do that. Because I know sometimes when somebody tell you not to do nothing, that means you
want
want
to
to
do
do
it.
it. Right?
And I don't even want to hear that. Boy, you to tell me not to do something.
And then
I'ma
a lot
do
of
it.
times too, you be like, how they can tell me this and look what they
And look what they doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people, what's
Look
the
what they
saying?
doing.
I'll mess up a saying in a heartbeat. Sweep in front of your door before you
from
sweep
your
in
own
front of
front
mine.
door. Yeah.
And
then
so many
sometimes
people
they can
do
give
that.
good advice because of what they doing.
That's true too. It's how you give the advice though.
That's true.
Don't make me feel like I'm just like,
It's up to you to decipher. I'm going to take something in, I'm going to toss something out, and I'm going to
but then it makes you get defensive too. If you coming at me like, oh, the delivery, yeah.
Thank you.
But
Yeah,
then-
yeah.
Let's go back to that deliverance.
Yeah.
Because I remember when me and you was working
Oh
together.
Lord, I'm scared what you about to say.
No,
y'all.
not about you, but I'm saying when we was
Okay, I
working
thought I
together,
said
you know,
something
with a bunch
wrong.
of women, and they always said that I talk
Your
very
delivery.
direct. Yeah,
Mhm.
my deliverance was wrong about some things, and I'd be like, but I said it like this, and like, but they took it like that, and I used to be like, well, it ain't my fault how you took it.
Yeah, that's not
I
on
told
me. Yeah.
If I told you the truth about something,
Clemencia don't sugarcoat. She just straight.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, she straight. Blah blah blah. Well, you didn't do this, that, and the third, and it was like some people can't handle that.
then, right?
I was told I was nice nasty. I done got sent in the office.
Well, you know, I did too.
Nice nasty. I'm just telling you what it is. A lot of people can't handle
They
it.
can't, right?
Yeah.
It's not the people. I think it's the world and
The
us
society.
humans. Yes, as
Yeah.
we was taught, like, oh, you have to be nice.
You gotta be
Careful how you say
politically
things.
correct.
You got nothing nice to say. Don't say it at all. Things like that.
It was nice.
But
yeah.
it's no.
But
What
my
we
thing
said
if
is
I'm
not
speaking
about
to
not
you-
saying it nice. It's they don't like how it's being delivered to them.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's because you know why they can't handle it.
Right.
They
You know
can't
why?
handle it.
Because maybe whoever raised them always was like, you know,
Right.
don't do that. Don't do that.
They had that love factor,
Yeah.
no survival.
Us growing up, you know,
You're right, right?
you know,
That's true.
Things like that. It was always this. Well, what you got to do? I'm gonna tell your ass up, and that's it. You know.
Yeah.
It wasn't no.
Yeah, we got it real. We got it straight up, so we can handle it.
that. No. And that's how some, like you say, some people can handle that hard deliverance, that hard, tough love.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some people can't handle tough love, and some people was pacified as they grew up. Like, oh, you know, I love you. Come on,
Right.
Let's be
Yeah.
good. Let's do the good thing. You had other parents like, I'm gonna bust you your shit.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know.
Hold on, y'all. Water. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's I don't know.
It's just like you
No
said.
outline.
It's just yeah. It's all over. Relationships is all over. We can talk about it all day long. It is up to the individual at the end of the day to decide what they're going to deal with or not. And then something else I want to bring up. We got to be mindful of how and it goes back to delivery and all that stuff. Sometimes we just got to mind our business. And I know that's not right in most cases. Because like
that
you
is
just
right
told
in
me.
all
it's right in all.
In people relationships, mind your business.
Yeah.
Like mind
Because what's
your
toxic to
business.
one may not be
Toxic
toxic
to the next
person. So while you feel like this
person.
person being
Yeah.
toxic to them, that's their
What if you
relationship.
mind your business and that person telling you that?
Well, see, that's
That's
different.
different.
That's different.
That's different. That's
They
like
bring it
Well,
to
then
you.
it's up to them. Not if you bringing it to me now. When I add my opinion and I add how I feel, don't
Don't
flip on
feel
me.
no
Don't
type of
turn
way.
around and do. If that's the case, then don't bring it to the table.
Right. Now, I
Because
agree with
you can't bring it to me and expect me to give it to you how your version, how you want
Want to
it.
hear it?
Nah, if you bring it to me, you open the door for interpretation. I'm gonna stand and kick it back to you and give it to you how I feel.
Yeah.
That's what you did to me, right?
right.
So, but they don't do that, right?
No.
They don't do that, right? They get mad.
Yeah, they bring it to you and then want to get mad at you for your opinion. Wait, what you got to tell me for?
And first of all, 9 times out of 10, y'all already know how that person is that you're going to. So you're gonna expect
Right.
some type of,
And when you don't get that,
now
You
you're
get
mad. Now they calling the other friend that's a yes man.
Like, what you
If I'm
mean?
saying
You was
that right?
supposed, yeah.
Right.
You know, girl, you wouldn't believe. Yeah, girl, I don't know why she did that. No, tell her the truth.
Well, see, they call me yes man.
Not the real people though.
I feel like they reach out to the person not because they
Not
want to know their site, but because they want confirmation.
Not
how
the
they
real. Yeah.
Right.
You
Exactly.
need somebody to,
So
yeah.
when that person say, "Nah, you wrong," you know that's the
Yep.
It's like, "Oh, nah, you're not telling me."
You're not telling me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
They want
true.
to know right. They want to know that they don't.
Because
I
the
want
person
real.
who want that
Right.
real,
Tell me.
that
Right
real
on, let me
advice,
know.
a
Let me
person
know.
who want that real advice and that real confirmation, they gonna be accepting or whatever,
Yep.
whether they agree or not. But yeah, some
I
people
might
just-
rebuttal you a little bit, you
We're
know.
gonna talk about
But yeah, we're gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna receive it, you know.
We may talk about it.
Right.
If it's
Right.
new to me that what you're saying. If what you're saying to me is not new to me, I'm not rebutting nothing. It's straight, hardcore, this is what it is. And then I might tell you after I came so many times, I don't want to hear it no more.
Ooh, you know that's a touchy subject too,
I
because
don't want to hear it no
this
more.
was when I was younger, though, high school. And you know, I used to have it out with my high school sweetheart. Like it was to the point people was like, he need to hit her back. Like it was that. So I would go to my friends and one of my friends said, listen, I don't want to hear it no more.
Right.
Like I'm done talking about it. And I felt like she wasn't my friend anymore. Like how you want to sit here and tell me? I get it now.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know,
I'm
but then it's like, how could she not want me to come to her about, you know, because the same thing over and over. So as adults, if y'all still doing that, this was high school with that scenario. We're doing this as adults.
Please stop.
Please
Yeah,
stop.
people still
ASAP.
at it.
Please stop.
You got people still at it.
Yeah.
Please stop.
We're
ASAP.
supposed to be able to take constructive criticism, like you said. And
If
that's
you
just
an-
not in
if you an
relationships.
adult
That's
and
in
you got this
businesses
friend
too.
that you keep
FYI.
telling the same thing to, and your friend tell you don't want to hear no more. Please stop. Don't get mad at that friend because at some point that friend gonna give it to you
That
real
ain't your
raw.
friend if you don't
That
tell
you're
them.
in.
Exactly.
Right, and then but that friend gonna give it to you so raw that you're gonna feel like you don't want to talk to that person no more because they was too honest.
Because they were too honest.
If
I
I ain't
want
being
that.
honest with you, then I ain't your friend.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to be, you know, on the
Yeah.
up with
Don't
you,
have
so-
me out here looking crazy. I'm coming to you for advice, but you on my side just because
Right,
we friends.
especially them relationship advice. Don't think that I got to keep eating up your stuff. Let's be real. Sometimes your stuff is draining. You can keep going to people and
Oh
going
my
to people.
God. And you don't know
And
the next person.
It could be my day that I might be having not even a relationship, but I could be not having such a good day.
Yep.
So if you're coming to me about your ongoing relationship problem, now you're bringing your negativity to me that I'm already trying to get into
Yep.
my sunny place.
Why people even seek relationship advice?
I don't think that they
Right.
I don't think that they actually seeking it. I think they just want to
How
make that
can-
other person feel
How can
bad
I
for
get
that man.
confirmation from somebody else when I'm in a relationship with a person, just me and that person, no one else?
But
It's
see, you gotta
private.
see
It's
things from
private.
different.
I don't
You gotta see things from
understand.
different perspectives.
How can A and B
No.
have something
See,
going on?
sometimes we
and
gotta
then-
look at things from different perspectives. Seriously. Like I could be
think
tripping.
that's advice. I think
I
that
could be tripping over something like-
you done did something. I'm gonna call my friend and be like, guess what this nigga done did?
Yeah.
I want the
Pull me back
advice.
in.
I'm just trying to put him down right now.
And see, the real friends gonna pull you back. Like, girl, you tripping over
Right.
nothing. Shut the hell out.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably done argue with this dude and wanted to flatten tires over some bull crap.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Pull me back in.
I can agree.
Yeah, pull
I
me
can
back
agree,
in.
but at the same time, it get complicated to me because matters of the heart.
Elaborate.
Matters of the heart now, because when you love somebody, you go deeper and deeper than you talk. Yes,
Too
yes,
much
crazy.
eat.
Yes.
But
But
maybe
guess
that
what?
one person
No, the
love
healthy,
another person more.
the healthy. Yes, you need a healthy person to say you tripping, you this and that.
Right,
but
right,
at the same time, the people still gonna do what they want
They
because
still
if
gonna do
they
what they
too
want.
much caught up in the person,
They
then
still gonna
this
do
is-
whatever. And that goes back to Clemencia. But don't come back to me.
thank you.
With the
So
same
that was,
thing.
so we wasting time, right?
Pretty much.
Going in a
Yeah.
big circle. Like
Yeah.
what are we
Well,
doing?
the first
here?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, we really.
Yeah.
The first 10 times that was with you.
No, we can do this thing like baseball. 3 strikes.
I'm
and you're
with
out.
It just it depends on the person. Right.
Might not like what I'm about to say, but
Yeah.
You notice when that phone ringing, it's like,
Oh Lord, not
then you
again.
know it's a problem,
Yeah.
and I need to cut it off. But if
Right.
you're okay with it, you'll know when your breaking point is.
I mean, at that point, you only thing advice you can tell them is only you know when you had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
at this point,
That's
I'm
true.
like,
That part
listen
for the
to
beginning.
my-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the beginning part right now. Listen, only you know you had enough, but let me tell you this
They
now.
want you involved.
Because we
Yeah.
can't, like, we can't tell nobody like,
Yeah, see, that's all I've been saying.
I never
Like, it's
do
different
that.
level. That's what I was getting at. Like,
I never do that.
They don't
Give
listen.
advice.
Only you know.
And then
That's
I'm
true.
not the
I
one to
don't
say,
agree
well,
with
see,
telling
I
people to
wouldn't
leave
do
their
that.
other-
Like, no,
Yeah,
don't do
yeah,
that. To me, that's
yeah.
borderline judging me.
Yeah.
That's borderline judging me. It's
Yeah,
judging.
yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
clarified that because I felt that way, but I didn't know if I was right. See how I got confirmation just now? I ain't know. That's
Yeah.
judging.
Yeah.
It is.
That
But
made
I
me
don't agree
feel
with
I'm already at a
somebody
low.
leave their significant other either.
No, I never do
Again,
that.
we don't know what's their toxic
Yeah.
and why our toxic is different. So when they saying this, I may not accept. I'm not going to tell you I don't accept it, but I may not accept
Right.
it. But because you accept, that's you.
That's you.
So I'm not going
So
to say
let's
leave that
talk
person.
about this
But
thing. And, you know.
and then sometimes I'm going to just listen. Okay. And then when you finish blaming,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was speaking with someone, I'm a blaster, but I ain't gonna say her name. Advice, just talking. And I was like, well, you don't know if this is that and third. Trying to see it from another perspective.
Right.
Because I'm only hearing your side. So let me say, well, what if this or how you know this? And She hung up in my face. Sips wine. But sometimes
too hot.
yeah, and I still love her to death. I just know she didn't want to hear that right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I wouldn't have been a friend if I didn't.
Give her the different
Give her.
scenarios.
Yeah, we can't jump off the deep end so fast all the time.
Yeah.
Now, depending on the situation.
I
Whoa.
will tell my friend. Pull it up. I ain't gonna say it all offense. I'll tell them, give them my opinion.
Right.
If I think they should leave.
Oh,
I'm
you will
gonna
say that?
Yes. Yes. Especially if that's really my friend, I know both of them.
But how do
If
you
it's really my friend.
how do you gauge that? Do you just do it out just like
That's what I want to know. We got a role play here, Veronica.
yeah,
Like, how
I
you-
want to know what makes
Like
you
she got a
what
opinion.
makes you
Look at she look at that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What makes you feel that strong?
That's because you have that emotional feeling towards me.
But would
is
you do
this-
that to someone that wasn't your
Right.
sister?
But
I
you
come to
did-
you. You probably done did that to me already.
Yes, now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But if you know
I
both
think
of
bullshit
them,
is bullshit.
absolutely.
That's what I want. That's what I was
So
asking.
you know both of them. Are you telling
That's
both
what
of them they need to leave, or you just telling one
No.
party it's not?
No, I would tell
Okay.
both of them.
And sometimes that may need to happen. Because you're toxic in this relationship don't mean you're
I
toxic
agree
in
with
that
her.
next
Now it
relationship.
really just depends on the circumstance.
Yeah, it gotta
But I'm not
be. It
finna
gotta
tell
be
her
it gotta be
level.
major.
Now when it get to the that's how I am.
yeah.
I'm a hush till it get made.
Until it get major.
I
Yeah.
just met you.
Right.
I'm gonna have open ears.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know him,
Yeah.
but if you are truly my friend, like I have a friend for over 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you in there, you can tell them something like that. That's too long not to know.
Right.
I knew him too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was almost like my brother and she
Oh,
was like my
yeah.
sister.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it looked like a dog and butt like a
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
It's a dog. Look, I never heard that when I heard the dog.
So
Yeah, it depends on the
I can't keep my
circumstances.
mouth shut.
It does
I
depend.
can't. Especially if I care about the person.
Yeah.
When they get real foolish.
So how do you deal with the conflict if your friend doesn't agree with you? Because
We
now
agree.
it turns into
We
To disagree?
We agree.
But do you not want to hear it no more?
Are you still there for me? Yeah, like it's hard.
That is hard.
Yeah, because once you agree to disagree, like,
Yeah,
do they still talk to you about their relationship?
That's
Because if
what
you
I'm
agree to
saying.
disagree, it's like it put a
But you already
strain
know
on you.
how I feel, so there's really no need.
No need for me to
It's
come
up
to
to them.
you.
Right.
That's
Don't come
true.
back to
It's
me.
up to
I
them.
already told you what I feel.
Right.
That's true. That's
I'm
very
only
true.
speaking. I'm with Freeman. I'm only speaking
Pretty
on
much.
major.
Yeah, on
Right.
major.
I'm talking about things that you know, like, come on now, this common
Yep.
sense. Like,
Yep.
that's major.
That's major.
Right.
So if you don't agree with major,
Then
then that's on
That's-
you
yeah.
because major is major. Major
Yep.
like Stevie Wonder can see.
yeah,
Now I'm speaking up
yeah,
because it might be minor, and I might in my mind it might be minor, and in my mind I'd be like, man, old E wouldn't
Yeah.
tolerate that, but it's not
but it's
not
yeah.
enough for me to. But major,
I'm
it's
saying
like wake
something.
up, girl.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Like, no, you gotta
Now,
know.
so if you don't agree with me on major,
then it's no more. It's nothing else.
Hey,
I can
what
do.
you? That's on you, like
Yeah,
you know,
I
like.
agree. Sometimes we gotta wash our hands.
Yeah, you
Right.
can't make a person do. You know, you can't beat nothing in a person's head. You can only try to give them advice, try to help
And
them, try to-
listen.
because some people don't care. They headstrong. They're gonna go through whatever regardless.
Right.
Because like I done been trying to accomplish things in life, like personal
Right.
thing, and people was like, "It's not gonna work. You waste your
Really?
time, this and that." Oh yeah, yes.
See, I
people do
never
that.
encountered that. I never had nobody
When
say.
you blessed, yes.
I never had nobody say.
It'll break
"That
you
ain't
down.
work."
Really?
Like that's not.
That means you got the
no.
right people in your life.
got the
You
right
know, I
people
had
in
them
your
Trust me,
forever.
you know,
So,
'cause,
yeah.
they'll.
People that chew you up real quick, honey.
Wow. I don't think people.
But like
who
she
are you to
said,
tell me
but
that?
like she said,
People
when
will
you,
say it.
like she said, when you love somebody and you done knew them all them years and this and that, sometimes your mouth be watering, just not. You can't help but
Say
to tell you,
something.
yeah,
I'm not gonna
you
just
can't.
leave. I'm gonna say why I think.
Right on, I'm with you. Right on, right on.
Yeah.
I'm with you fully on that one.
I didn't know people. That's
And
kinda
after that,
neat.
you just if they not with it,
you just
yeah.
done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
I agree too. So you guys, we're at the hour. It's 5 o'clock. I appreciate y'all. This is a yeah. It's about talking, get you going, man, and sipping on wine.
It's wine.
I enjoyed this conversation. It was really good. I would love to have y'all on again in the future. You know, we ain't gonna do that. You know, and let y'all rest with all these topics. Great debate, great conversation, agreeing to disagreeing. Great feedback from the audience. I appreciate you guys. But as we always say on Let's Sip and Talk with Frema, peace and love. Peace. Peace.
So you can pass you a 15 minutes. Stop there for a little.
Yeah, I couldn't. The conversation.